Welcome, welcome. You're listening to the Ask Brien Radio Show on KHTS 1220. Before we start the show today, I do want to put out my condolences on behalf of all the people that were affected and regarding Las Vegas. In fact, our local community in Santa Clarita, my understanding is uh, one person was killed and 9 people were wounded. So for those people and for everyone else in our community, as well as everyone in the United States and anyone anywhere worldwide that was affected, I want to offer our condolences, and we're going to give like a 10-second brief moment of silence. Really, it was a terrible, terrible incident, and I just wanted to make that comment before we get started. And even for today, I know I always do my trademark, good afternoon, Los Angeles, but I'm going to tone it down a little bit today just for the people that suffered in Las Vegas. All right, so we're back on the show, KHTS 1220. This is Ask Brien Radio, and we have the Ask Brien website, which is ASKBRIEN. There's no AN, there's no YAN. There's only one way to spell Brien, BRIEN, and the Ask Brien show accommodates and helps us with our website. Website basically is a location where people can go to get business solutions to business problems. There's a question and answer section. If you have a question you want to ask, you can have the community answer it, or we have an expert. Hopefully, there's a valid expert around there that we can match you up with that can also find the answer to your question. Any specific question you have, you may not want to go and speak to your boss, your friend, your loved ones. You may just want to have someone that can provide an answer. So we have the Q&A section. We also have videos and ebooks that allow you to learn about any subject, any business subject, solely business subjects. We're not going to tell you how to make coffee cake or eggplant parmesan. We're not going to tell you what to do with your relationship. We are business only, and that's what we have. Now, I got to tell you, we are very, very, very lucky today. We have a fabulous, fabulous guest. I'm just honored to have him on the show. His name is Manny Lopez. He'll be on in a second. And just to let you know, most people that want to speak to Manny have to actually go out, make an appointment, and it could be 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, a month out. So the fact that we have Manny on the show today, and the fact that I can ask him questions and get information out of him, and you can learn from somebody like this, that is very, very rare opportunity, and I'm very, very excited to have him on our show. Manny, are you there?
I'm here, my friend. How are you doing?
Okay, how are you? So for the audience that doesn't know much about you, let's get a little bit of a brief background. So right now you have basically a marketing company? What do you have currently?
3 companies, an app development agency, a branding agency, and an advertising agency.
So is that different than a digital agency?
I don't know. I mean, I separate in a sense to being a very specific focus because one is you need to brand. That's kind of where you start with the business. Then you need to advertise that. That's a whole different side of the business. And then the app development is really what I'm known for in the industry.
And so how did you get started?
Well, I've actually started my company 6 years ago with a product for Facebook. It was an application that we were able to install on Facebook pages that would convert them into a website/sales funnel where, you could have videos, movement on the screen, you had things jumping in and out, opt-in forms, and all without them having to go to the wall on their Facebook page. So it was allowing businesses to actually generate leads on autopilot using Facebook.
So, you said you worked, but you created this on your own. Did you work for somebody first to figure it out, or did you just, hey, dive in head first?
Well, the idea for me is I was really good at understanding lead generation, automation marketing. At that time, I had created an application that could actually scrape information online that allowed us to not have to worry about buying leads for our business. And then I decided that I wanted to find really good people that knew what they were doing. I didn't know how to code very well. I was very basic. And found people that could come up with really cool ideas and then partner with them and get them out to the marketplace. A lot of them end up becoming clients. A lot of them end up becoming, friends and partners. But the idea for my brand was to find something I could work with that could really bring value to businesses that was unique, something that was different from everything else that was being offered, like SEO and pay-per-click advertising. I mean, that was just kind of the basics back then.
So, by the way, I don't know if you're talking on a cell phone or not, but I hear a little bit of a scraping. So if you could be in a better area, that might be helpful for our listeners. Um, so, did you read a book? Did you go to a conference, or you just had this off the top of your head? Did you go to college? I mean, where did you learn that information?
Mentorship is actually where I learned this idea of entrepreneurship. I hope my sound is a little bit better now. But the idea for me was when this is back in 2008, I was introduced to a guy by the name of Gail Oliver, and he was my manager at the time of the company I was working at, which in essence was a financial services company that was helping people understand how to get out of credit card debt and things like that. And this was back in 2008, so you can understand the need for this type of education.
You mean with the financial collapse?
Oh, yeah. So we were educating people through all kinds of different forms of advertising, whether it be pay-per-click, radio, TV. So I got to understand how lead generation worked and how to provide value to get people to take action. And then I didn't even know what the word mentor was, but this guy took me under his wing, taught me the idea of serving first, the idea of becoming a sponge for knowledge, learning from people that have had created success, and, following certain people that people like Les Brown, people like Tony Robbins, people like Zig Ziglar, and kind of getting audiobooks and listening to them on the ride to work each day. And, then he prayed with me as well all the time. He was also a pastor in his other businesses. But he got me the idea of, Manny, you could do better. You can do big things. You don't have to just look at becoming a manager at this small company. You could be owning your own companies. You could be helping the world in many different ways, any ways that you want to. And that's what got me to really want to build my own dream. I mean, situations became clear at that company within a couple of years that it was time to build my own dream, and that's what I did. And there's a long story with that as well. But it's really just finding mentorship that told me that there's other ways that you could be living your life. You don't have to be running the rat race of a 9-to-5 and building somebody else's dream.
Well, that's pretty lucky, I would say. The fact of the matter is that not everybody has that opportunity. Some people are not in a situation where they can find somebody that they're working for that's going to help them out and lead them to better things. Sometimes it happens, and I actually have to say you are a lucky person for that. Now the reality is the people that you're mentioning. I mean, Zig Ziglar is one of the most famous salespeople that I'm aware of. Tony Robbins is one of the most famous motivational speakers that I'm aware of. You may know of others, but so you've got the best of the best. And if you can pick up a couple of things from everybody that's top of the line like that, you're definitely building yourself in the right direction to succeed, no matter what you ended up doing. And it looks like you've actually accomplished that. So my hands are off to you. My hat's off to you. I think you've accomplished quite a great goal. Now, so when did you start what is the name of your company currently?
Custom Online Branding.
And when did you start that?
So my company started initially with our advertising agency, Brightset Advertising, back in 2011. Custom Online Branding came into formation around 2014 after, basically focusing on a lot of the clients that we're working with. They needed branding first before we could even start marketing them. Because every time I get a client on, they want us to bring traffic to their website or their social media and things like that, and they just weren't even set up to properly promote themselves. We needed, new color schemes. We needed to target specific demographics. And, then I started getting more into the consulting side of just teaching people, here's how you should be setting up your business. Here's how you should be branding. Here's kind of the value you should be offering. And then we were just taking companies from literally an idea, bucket list ideas to reality. For example, we've got a client, he had an idea to make an Amber Alert for pets, right? Where, he's a very avid dog lover, and he's like, I want to create an app that would be like an Amber Alert for pets, where people could just go and upload a picture of their lost pet or a found pet that they see stray running down the street, and it would tag their location. And he went to all kinds of different people, and he didn't really have any funding, no money. And he just had this idea. I mean, he's an Uber driver. and then he just kept getting shot down, and anyone that wanted to work with him wanted, $30,000 or more to build this app. I mean, I have this on video of him saying this entire story, and then he came to me, and I said, wow, this is an awesome idea, and I'd love to help you out. And I even showed him how we could crowdfund the idea. And he literally, within 1 month, was able to crowdfund and crowdsource the entire thing. I showed him how to go to groups that, supported pets and get friends with the admin that they could promote it and get it out there to their networks. The idea that I was shared with was, if you could capture the leaders, you can capture their market. So for me, it's bring value to them in some way that you could serve them. Show them how you could bring value to them in some way to where they would be more than happy to either share your ideas, help you with counsel, give you access to some of their resources or education or maybe a referral. So that was kind of the idea that I had with that, and it just really helped him take that idea into reality. And we launched his app within a couple of months after that, called Where's Fluffy? And now you see him, and I mean, he's excited about his idea. He's getting access to all kinds of resources and partnerships that just wasn't even imaginable until this actually was created. And that's what I do with my business now.
Well, you're listening to KHTS 1220 on your AM dial, soon to be FM dial. So now that's an interesting name, Fluffy. Whenever I think of Fluffy, I'm thinking of these small little dogs. You can fit in a purse that the women carry or stuff like that. Fluffy doesn't sound like the big Great Dane or something. So I'm interested. Is the focus mostly on a specific type of dog, or is it any type of dog or any type of pet?
The focus was on emotion. If you hear the words, "Where's Fluffy?" right? Imagine if we had a commercial and it says, "Oh my gosh, where's Fluffy?" Immediately you're going to think, "Oh, a poor helpless dog needs to be found," right? You don't think, "Oh, that big Great Dane or big boxer that you could easily just roam the streets and everyone's afraid of them." They're thinking of those little, Maltese poodles or something that, that could get hurt or lost because they just on their own. And this actually ties into a little personal story for me. I actually had a dog named Fluffy, and it got actually hit by a car and passed away. But it ended up, having a point where it got lost for a very short amount of time. I was looking for where's Fluffy, and ended up finding him. But it was not a happy ending. And I ran the idea by him because he had an idea for the name as well. And we kind of just went back and forth with a couple different names, and this one just stuck. And we created a logo for him. We created the idea, the app, everything just conceptualized into reality. And now that's what I do for businesses. I teach them how to take something they love, something that they would have so much passion for, and I show them how to turn that into a business. And a lot of times we turn that into a mobile app, because we can turn a mobile app into pretty much any type of business that would bring a value to one specific niche or idea.
So let me ask you a question. How does an app like that get revenue?
So for Where's Fluffy, for example, we told them you can go to small pet shops, mom and pop shops, which you can easily find doing a quick Google search, making a quick phone call, and saying, "Hey, we have an opportunity. Here's the exact thing I told them to do. We want to focus city by city, like Uber did. So let's say, for example, we wanted to target Los Angeles. We can go to Los Angeles and we can say Los Angeles pet supplies. And now you're going to get every single mom and pop shop that is outside of big Petco stores, or you can even partner with big companies like that, but it would take a lot longer. But you can go to individually to a mom and pop saying, "Hey, we want to get you guys more exposure. If you partner with us and become a sponsor in our app for X amount of dollars," whatever they'd want to charge. I've had clients charge as much as $500 for a simple sponsor spot to be listed in the app that they can have unlimited people in and be able to monetize that and just throw a few dollars towards Facebook ads, to where now you're getting thousands of people in the LA market to know that, hey, check out this amazing new sponsor on the Where's Fluffy app. They want to help you find your lost pet. Download the app so you can make sure your pet's safe today. It could be that simple.
Now, so basically, its sponsors are paying for it. It's not the actual dog owner that's paying for it. Is that correct?
Correct. All the users of our apps are always able to access the content and resources completely free. And then the owner of the app would have things inside that they could monetize, whether it could be their actual products and services, and they offer free resources and education inside their app. That gets them to understand why that person is valuable, why that brand is valuable or product or service is valuable. And then they can also do sponsorships. They can put in partner programs. They can monetize through e-commerce. They can sell products and services directly in the app. It's just really whatever the client's business model is that we work with.
Now, on this fluffy one, let's just try to stick with that because I kind of like the story and I kind of like the case study that we're doing here. Hopefully,
Cool.
the person won't be concerned with you giving out some of this information. So, with an Amber Alert, I'll be sitting on my phone. I get a text message, Amber Alert. Look for license plate number XYZ22. I hope that's not your license, by the way. And and so, how does it work
That would be a
for
really good guess.
Exactly, IVSP. So, how does it work for this? Do you have let's say I have a Cocker Spaniel, 7 years old. Obviously, I'm sending in a picture, or somehow you must have a picture of that or not. And how do you identify? I mean, maybe there's 4 Cocker Spaniels that people are reporting. How do they know it's my dog?
So here's how it would work. So a user would download the app for free, and they could go right into the map and see if there's any people. It's in chronological order. Anybody that's posted recently for cats, dogs, or anything like that. And then there's even a location-based side where it narrows that down within 50 miles, or I believe 100 kilometers, somewhere in that range. And what it will do is that show you any posts that have happened in that area for lost or found pets, right? They can post their reward posters. They can upload a picture of their pet with their collar, whatever it may be, and be able to actually log into Facebook and Twitter to be able to upload it in real time. So then if somebody finds them, they can connect them directly. Now, how the Amber Alert works is that user can go and fill out a quick form to say, hey, my pet is lost. Here's a picture. Here's the location that I remember they were at or whatever. And the admin of the app could instantly send out a text alert to everybody that has the app worldwide, or narrow it down to as little as 1/10 of a mile and say, hey, we need help finding this pet. Here's the picture of it. Check it out. Let us know. Here's the contact information of the person you need to reach. They need help. Here it is. Whatever it may be, right? However the structure is of how to contact them. And plus, they can also reach and connect with shelters locally inside of the app as well.
Now, on Amber Alert, it's an immediate text notification. Is this an immediate text notification as well, or is it different?
Yes, but it's sent not through an actual cell phone number as Amber Alert is set up through. It's actually sent through the app's notification systems. So it is. They just download the app. For Android users, it just automatically subscribes them. For Apple, they just click on accept push notifications, and then that will allow them all of the alerts that they'd want. And then they can even subscribe to just local ones or however they want to structure it to.
And let's go back to the revenue model here. So the advertiser, let's say I have a law office, and I want to advertise. So what do? It's like a Facebook ad concept, and I'm advertising on the app, or am I advertising when an alert goes out?
So you can advertise in a lot of different ways within the app. We can put in radio commercials, video commercials. We can have a button that goes right to your website. We can have your logo that goes into some offer that they can click on. It could have a text alert that goes out telling everyone about your business. We can even do a GPS text alert, geofencing, where if somebody has the app and gets near your location, say your law office, they can have a pop-up message come up on their phone, say, hey, check out a supporter of Where's Fluffy that you may want to know. Here's what they do. Their name, here's their attorney, whatever it is, right? And they click on it, and it goes to a profile about you that's got a picture, video, contact information, driving directions to your location. And this could work for really any industry that wants to target that market. And that's the key, right? You get people that are downloading this app that have pets. If you have a product or service that targets pet owners, then you would be a perfect fit to be a sponsor for Where's Fluffy. And every app is very similar in that concept, to where they have a specific market they are trying to grow in this app that they want to download it. And I show them how to utilize things like Facebook ads that could target specific demographics. So you're only talking to people that are pet owners, people that are fans of Petco. Right? I mean, you can do that, and it's really cool how you can structure it.
We're going to be right back. I have to take this. We have to take a commercial break. We'll be right back in a minute or two, and you can finish up.
The best live theater can be found right here in the Santa Clarita Valley. The Canyon Theater Guild has been entertaining audiences for decades with top-quality musicals and plays. Located in Old Town Newhall, the CTG also offers workshops for the young actor in your family. For more information, call the box office at 799-2702 or go to canyontheater.org.
There are fun kids events at the Church on the Way Santa Clarita. 2 to 5-year-olds meet at the Arc Room on Fridays for toddler exercise time. New moms come to the Church on the Way Santa Clarita on Tuesdays for a new, free Moms Fellowship. Support, friendship, and social events for moms and their babies. Visit tcotwsc.org for these and other exciting events at the Church on the Way Santa Clarita on Cinema Drive, or call 291-6000.
At City of Hope, we don't believe the future can wait for the future. For over a century, we've been advancing science that saves lives. From 4 of the world's top cancer-fighting drugs to the development of synthetic human insulin. We are maximizing the potential of immunotherapy and making precision medicine a reality. It's not enough to promise future cures for cancer. We must find them sooner. We are the miracle of science with soul. Find out more at cityofhope.org.
Each year, the Santa Clarita Valley Boy Scouts of America honors leaders of character in our community. This year, the Scouts have joined with the Santa Clarita Valley Veterans Services Collaborative to salute our veterans of character. A gala event will be held at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library on November 11th. Admission to the library and Titanic exhibit will begin at 3 p.m., followed by dinner and program at 6:30 p.m. For more information, call 661-284-6330.
Views and opinions expressed by Santa Clarita Veterans Services Collaborative are not necessarily shared by the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute.
Find the perfect job for you at College of the Canyon's 2017 Job and Career Fair on the COC Valencia campus on Friday, October 6th from 9 a.m. till noon. The fair will feature businesses from a variety of industries looking to fill positions ranging from entry-level to management. While at the fair, meet with employers, visit KHTS's virtual job fair, and attend one of the many career-related workshops. Bring plenty of resumes and dress to impress. Visit cocjobfair.com for more information. That's cocjobfair.com.
At Jersey Mike's, we think there's a whole lot of wow to be found between 2 layers of fresh baked bread. Like, wow, this sub sandwich sure has a little something something special. And wow, Juice does for sub sandwiches what spinach does for a certain well-known sailor man. Because we never just make a sub. Every sub we make is a sub above. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Your Santa Clarita Jersey Mike's, a proud sponsor of Santa Clarita High School football.
Whatever your goals, College of the Canyons can get you there. Believe it or not, it's not too late to add a class this fall semester. They have transferable 8-week classes starting in October. Know someone who's away at college? Encourage them to get ahead by taking an online class with COC. With 3 campuses to choose from, Valencia, Canyon Country, and online, they make it convenient for you to start your finish. What are you waiting for? Visit canyons.edu/class schedule for class listings.
Your hometown station.
And we're back on live on KHTS AM 1220, soon to be FM. So we're here live. We're talking, having great conversation with Manny Lopez. I'm very excited to have him on. As I told everybody earlier, in case you weren't listening, it's not easy to get an appointment with Manny. So the fact that we have the ability to actually pick his brain, get some information, I'm very excited, and I think everybody here listening should be very well excited about the information that we're gathering. We were just finishing up comments regarding the operation of one of his clients. Manny does a number of things. He does brand awareness, creating brands, basically taking a concept from zero to actually monetizing and making it a business. He does concentrates mainly on apps development as well, and basically marketing. And he was discussing one of his clients with an app revolving an similar Amber Alert for pets. And he was just finishing that up. Manny, you're back?
I'm back.
Okay, so we were just finishing up the last part of it. I think we left off with geofencing. I think we're just about completing that, and then you're talking a little bit about how people could how people could sponsor the app, and that's I think where we left off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, for the idea for the client is to actually be able to give them this idea created into a business, not just, a fun tool. So more than just creating the idea into reality of having the Amber Alert for pets, I showed him ways to monetize, showed him ways to create partnerships. And, he can go to a small little pet shop and, create a bunch of stickers that they can just put on their window to say, hey, we support, the Amber Alert for pets, or, however the way they want to structure it. But it's just the idea of creating a business and then showing them the marketing ideas behind it so it can actually become successful.
That's amazing. I mean, I'm amazed that you actually take the time and effort to do that, because many people in business will say, okay, hey, it's going to cost $20,000, $30,000. You have a great idea, that's fine. Everyone's got an idea. Come back with your 20, 30 grand, I'll talk to you. And that's pretty much the way most business people operate. But you don't do that. You have a different availability there, and you try to figure out a way that, hey, if that's a good idea, you want to figure out a way that they can succeed. So you don't just say, hey, come back with the money. You say, let's figure out how to get the money. Let's figure out what needs to get done, and let's figure out a way to monetize it once you got the money. And that is not the typical situation. The typical situation is the reverse. The typical situation is, hey, call me back. It's going to cost you 20, 30 grand. Call me back when you got the money. And that's how they operate. That's where that's a huge differentiation. I can tell you there right now. So,
thank you.
Let me ask a question. How do you find your clients?
I actually did a study on this not even too long ago, about 2 weeks ago. And because it was funny, my wife, she always is like, man, you're always on your phone. You're always on Facebook and da-da-da. I'm like, I'm helping people. I mean, I scroll through the news feed and people ask questions and I connect people to resources. I mean, I'm always referring people. I mean, I probably have 15 groups just on my Facebook Messenger of, just within the last couple of weeks of sending people to other people, and seeing how that creates ideas and stuff. And so I wanted to run the numbers to see, what percentage of my business is coming from, Facebook, speaking, networking events, any marketing I'm doing. And here's what the numbers were. 34% of my business was coming from one Facebook profile, just my personal Manny Lopez 888 profile, if you find it on Facebook. And 30% of my business came from networking events, going out to actually showing up live to either learn something from other speakers. So I'm not even a speaker at the event. I'm just coming to support a friend, support a client, learn, because I get access to some pretty cool events. Just recently I was on an event called Prosperity Camp in Carlsbad, where we were knees to knees with like 5 billionaires learning how they built their business, learning their wealth hacks of how they created their massive fortunes, and they built them from scratch, right? They didn't just inherit the money and just take over a big amount of wealth. They literally built ideas from the ground up. And so I'm getting access to those type of events. And so that amount from there, and then I've got another 22% from referrals, so actual people that I've done business with that are sending me people that they come across. They're like, hey, you could totally use Manny's help. And then the last percentage, which is 14%, is coming from speaking. And that's everything from this year. And that's, I share, on technology. I share my story of being an orphan. I share ideas that I learned from people that are very influential, that are, friends of mine. And that's how it breaks down. I don't spend money on ads. I don't need to do that anymore. I mean, I did that a couple of years ago. And, if you grow your network with real, true value, and here's the thing that most businesses don't understand. 80% of sales are made between the 5th and 12th contact, okay? Only 2% of sales are made on the first contact. This is from the National Sales Executive Association, so you can look up the study they did. 2% on the first contact, right? That means, for me, I focus on the 80%, right? I would rather just serve up front as much as I can, bring super value to you. I've got apps where I just outline everything I do for free. There's an app called Learn with Manny. I just teach everything I do completely free. You can go there and if you invest the time in learning it, you will have access to everything I do completely free. Okay? And here's why I do that. Only 3% of people that learn everything you do are going to actually attempt to do it by themselves. The other 97 that learned it now are going to see you as the expert. They're going to now see you as the person they should go to if they need a resource in that department. So I teach businesses lead generation and automation marketing. I teach them everything I do. I tell them how I go to Facebook and how I set up my ads if I was to do that, and I do that for clients. I tell them how I set up my YouTube videos, what programs I use to create my stuff. I tell them how I talk to people on the phone when I'm sharing my knowledge and how I give value. And then by doing that, you create so much more value because that's the concept of serving your way to success. The other 97 people will see you as value, and once you've contacted them 5 to 12 times with that value, that's where 80% of your sales are made. And you don't have to just throw your business down their throat to say, sign up right now, special offer. That kind of stuff just amazes me that businesses still do that. There's definitely models for that, but definitely not in the consulting industry.
So we're listening to KHTS 1220 with our super guest, Manny Lopez. And before I do have I want to discuss an event that you're going over, ServX. But before I get there, so you said 2% is on the first contact and 80% is on 5 to 12. So the other 18%, is that in 2 to 4 or is that above 12?
So here's the total numbers. You've got 2% on the first contact, 3% on the second contact. I think it's 10% on the third to fifth contact, and then 80% is made on the 5th to 12th. And then businesses, here's a crazy number. Only 1 out of 10 businesses will actually go farther than 3 contacts. Most of them don't go any farther than 3 because they think they're being annoying. But if you're actually providing value, like me, I just give knowledge. I give access to free tickets to my events. I give access to interviews with millionaires and billionaires. And most people are charging for these. They create books around these. They create coaching programs around these. And they're like $297 and $1,000. And I'm just over here like, hey, just get it for free. And then, show up to my events. You'll learn what I do. And you'll come to me when you're ready. And that's when I can really bring true value to you, because now you know exactly how I work, how I can bring value to you, and you'll follow the plan, right? I don't have to force you to want to do business with me.
I believe in that super concept, too. In fact, at Ask Brien, all of our services are free. So you can listen to a video about a business subject, any business subject. You can read an ebook on any business subject. You can ask a question and get an answer, and we don't charge for any of that. And the reason we do that, we're giving out that information. We're giving out that resource to people. And at the end of the day, you're correct. Down the road, it all comes back. But you have to show your value, show your credibility, show that you have something to offer before someone's going to typically come in and say, you know what, I want that, I want this. So I definitely agree with you that. I wanted to discuss with you. You mentioned at some point in one of our discussions that you've got this big event coming up, and I know you do speaking. I know you do a lot of networking. You just told us about all that. What is this event? ServX. What does that mean?
So the concept of ServX is where I teach you how to serve your way to success. I bring in, thought leaders, experts, people that are featured on Forbes, Inc. magazine. We've got people that have overcome addictions and foster care and abuse and all these different things and created valuable and awesome companies. And I teach on the concept of how to really create value first when you start a business, how to start a business doing something you love. I even have my son, who's 10 years old, who's already speaking on how to turn your kids into a boss. He started his own company at 9 years old, and now he's the living example of exactly what I've wanted to do, is create a concept around where you can bring value to your own inner family and get them inspired to want to do great things. My son came to me one time and he's like, Daddy, when am I going to take over your company? And I'm like, you're never going to take over my company. You're going to start your own company doing something you love to do, right? And then, his passion's art. So he ended up starting his own company called Kids Art with Isaac Lopez. And it's all tied into a mobile app, of course, right? And it all gives him the ability to promote other people doing art. It allows people to create a community around kids that love art, very, safe and secure way to do it. And it allows people to see the concept that you can do something you love to do and turn that into a business, no matter what that is. It could be, traveling the world. It could be, real estate. It could be, cleaning carpets. It could be anything that you decide to do in your life and drive a passion behind it. And most people, they're not marketers, right? I come across so many businesses that they're experts in their field, right? They could be doctors, but they have no clue how to get other people to pay attention to what they have to share. And so that's what ServX is. It's the concept of bringing people together to understand how to get their message out effectively in a way that brings value, that they're not just trying to sell and shove ideas and products and services down people's throats and, have back-of-the-room sales. It's none of that. It's all teaching, all serving. And then we're doing it all to raise money. It's to raise money for orphans, for kids that are in foster care. I was in foster care myself for many years. And everywhere I went to, I got adopted and returned 7 different times. And everywhere I went to, I had to carry with me a black trash bag with clothes that didn't fit inside. That smelled rancid because my foster care parents had, I have scars on my chest from being burned with a cigarette. I've suffered malnutrition. I used to, hide food in whenever I got adopted because I never knew if I was going to get fed. And, it was a crazy world that these kids go through. And if you look at the statistics, they're so alarming. 70% of inmates have been in foster care, people that are in jail and prison. 80% of people on death row have been through foster care. 2 out of 3 kids that go through foster care and leave the system by 18, within 1 year, they're either dead, in jail, or homeless. 2 out of 3. I'm 1 out of 3. I'm the one that's made it out. I'm the one that now can be that example to say, look, he did it. He made it. He's working with some of the biggest people out there. I mean, he's hanging out with people like Lopez and in their programs teaching people how to start app businesses. He's working with people like Les Brown on how to get their message out to millions of people. I mean, he's attending events with the most influential people out there and getting access to these people, and then he goes and he shares it. He gives it away for free. And it's something that I think is a powerful message that we can bring to the youth that are in foster care, that there is hope out there. There are people that can be that mentor for you. I can show you how to find them. I can show you people that are willing to support. I'll give you that information for free. Just pay attention. All you got to do is open your eyes, listen, absorb, and apply.
You're listening to KHTS 1220 on your AM dial, soon to be FM. So, Manny, if somebody when is the event, ServX?
The event is Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's going to be on October 10th and 11th in Buena Park. We have a pretty unique structure. It's a whole building that we've been able to rent out, that we worked out an amazing deal with Los Coyotes Country Club. And we're going to have over 20 speakers coming in. They're flying in, people flying in from all around the world to come and serve. They're literally donating their time. None of these people are being paid to come in and speak. They're literally all coming in on their own dime to share knowledge of how they've grown successful businesses. I mean, we have the youngest guy to take a company public coming in, Dan Fleshman. We've got Caleb Maddox, who's an amazing young entrepreneur. He's coming in to speak and share his knowledge. We've got people that have overcome major challenges in their life who have now created successful multi-million-dollar companies, some of them from the foster care community. And now I'm bringing these people together to network, collaborate. I mean, I'm seeing amazing things happen. I mean, we've already done this event a couple of months ago in Los Angeles. And, I mean, we've had people come out of there where their lives have been changed. I mean, I have it on video. I have people just amazing things happening when you can connect and collaborate with the right people. And I think if I bring the right amount of people together that are the right caliber and quality, that just want to focus on serving and not selling, just amazing things happen.
And you said this is Los Coyotes. Where exactly is that? What city is that?
Buena Park, California. So it's located right off of 91 and Beach Boulevard. If you know where Knott's Berry Farm is, we're about 5-10 minutes away from Knott's Berry Farm.
And is it going to be in a hotel or where?
It's actually a country club. We've rented out an entire building, so we can fit up to 300 people in this room, and we've got it all decked out with training materials and things like that. So it's going to be really cool for a great learning experience. And then we have this fun networking games that allows everyone to collaborate together and share ideas and see where they can be a valuable resource to people.
And how do people get tickets?
So they can go to servexevent.com. I can set up a code literally right now where it can go and actually what I'll do is for the next, I can do this for 20 people, okay? For the next 20 people that use this code, and just give me a name for the code. If we want, we can use the initials of the broadcast station if you like. And what it'll do is I can give the next 20 people who go to servexevent.com and use this code, they'll get in completely free. We have VIP passes right now that are $497, and we've raised a great amount of money for the event, and we'll do so with the event as well. So I can go ahead and offer a few people to come in completely free, but I have to limit it to about 20 tickets. What code would you want me to use for that?
Can we use Ask Brien?
Sure thing. Ask Brien. And it's got a very unique spelling, so make sure you let your listeners know how they're going to spell that.
Well, my listeners are listening to the Ask Brien, ASKBRIEN radio, and they visit my site, Ask Brien, BRIEN website, so they should be well aware of that. Now, this will be rebroadcast, so if you're catching this on a rebroadcast and you go in, it's probably likely that there probably won't be any tickets, but you never know, you could get lucky. So if you go to Serve, SERVEX, event, EVENT.com, and the event is occurring on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, which is what, the 10th and 11th of October?
The 10th and 11th, yes.
Okay, October 10th and 11th in Buena Park near Knott's Berry Farm. If you go there and you type in the code ASKBRIEN, you can get a VIP ticket, the first 20 people, to this event. And there's only going to be 300 people there. You'll have a wonderful time because what are you going to do? You're going to actually meet successful people that in one way or another, and success can be defined in many ways, but these are highly successful people, top experts, top financially, and you can learn from them. And just as we talked about earlier, how Manny was mentored to create his own company, that's how Manny got started technically. He listened to other people and they created it. We're on the KHTS 1220 network. We've got to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Santa Clarita Philharmonic has begun its season of free concerts. The SCP is a non-profit community-based volunteer symphony orchestra comprised of local musicians from throughout the Santa Clarita Valley who are dedicated to providing quality classical music for the residents of the Santa Clarita Valley. Like the Santa Clarita Philharmonic on Facebook or visit santaclaritaphilharmonic.org for more information.
Do you see it? It should be around here somewhere.
No, what was that address again?
Your building sign is essential to getting customers into your location. Feathers can help get your business noticed. They'll walk you through each phase of your building sign project, providing special attention to detail and quality. Feathers will give you a sign you can be proud of. Your building sign will draw customers in instead of having them drive by. Feathers on Soledad in Canyon Country, across from the Edwards Theater.
There is only one language spoken at Thai Dish, and it sounds something like this.
This is great.
Once people get a taste of Thai dishes, there's really no reason to do any more talking. Make it full of flavor, make it delicious, only at Thai Dishes. Enjoy the atmosphere, love the food. Thai Dishes on Valencia Boulevard for free delivery, 253-FOOD. That's 253-FOOD.
With Facey Medical Group, good health is within your reach. Facey Doctors provide Santa Clarita's finest primary and specialist care at 4 convenient Santa Clarita locations. If you're looking for connected and convenient personal care, there's no better choice. Facey accepts most healthcare insurance, including plans offered through Covered California. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 1-844-MY-FACEY, 1-844-MY-FACEY. Pet lovers, don't miss the 17th annual Bow Wows and Meows Pet Fair at Hard Park in Newhall on Sunday, October 8th. This free family-friendly fair features $30 pet adoptions from LA County shelters, and every pet is fixed, vaccinated, and microchipped. There's also low-cost vaccines, free rabies shots, fun fair entertainment, food trucks, raffle prizes, a fun dog show, and so much more. 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. Free community parking is available, and leashed, well-behaved dogs of all breeds are welcome. For more information, bowwowsandmeows.org.
If you're in danger of losing your home to foreclosure, you need an expert. Hi, I'm Rich Sherman with Alta Realty. I've helped hundreds of Santa Clarita residents save their homes completely for free. I've got just over 20 years experience and a loan modification success rate of over 80%. I can negotiate better terms with your bank and I can save your home from foreclosure. And again, we do this completely for free. So if you're in any danger, please call me today at 661-714-1400. That number again is 661-714-1400. I'm Rich Sherman with Alta Realty, and I'll be happy to help you save your home for free.
City of Hope is a leader in cancer research and treatment. And there's a City of Hope location right here in Santa Clarita, eliminating a major barrier in the fight against cancer: distance to quality care. Santa Clarita has the advantages of City of Hope's renowned clinical expertise, compassionate care, and access to clinical trials. Find out more at cityofhope.org/Santa Clarita or call 661-799-1999.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
KHTS 1220. You know, I gotta love that song, Rocky. Rocky really gets me excited, gets me motivated. I'm hoping everyone else gets excited and motivated. But, you know, today we don't need to worry about the song because we've got a super guest, Manny Lopez, and he gets me excited and he gets me motivated because just the way he's talking, how he provides information, helps out people, and hoping that they can succeed and giving them the tools that they need, knowing that down the road he'll be fine financially, and I guess he is. But the reality is, you know, you give to society, you'll get back 10 times more in society, and I think that's really the big key here is, plus you can start with nothing and make something, and that's what this is all about. So Manny, we were talking a little bit about ServX, and you were going over some of the information. By the way, anyone that goes to SERVEX event, event.com, all one word, types in the word Ask Brien, ASKBRIEN, the first 20 people will be getting VIP tickets to the next ServX event, which is coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday, October 10th and 11th in Buena Park, California. You're going to be able to see success stories, people that have gone from zero to multimillionaires, and people that have just been successful overall, even financially maybe not successful, but you're going to be able to go there, listen to them, pick their brains, get the information that they have of what they've done. You know, success is kind of a formula. If you learn from other people, if you get mentored from other people, if you find out information, you can start to see a formula, start to see a pattern of things that all successful people do, adapt that to your life, and you can succeed. And that's part of why we have Ask Brien. Ask Brien is also around to help people succeed. When they've got a problem, they need a place to go, they come to Ask Brien, they get their information. So let's go back, Manny. You know, one of the things you've discussed, and I don't know that every viewer understands this concept, you know, lead generation and lead funnel. Well, you know, I know that's a very, very basic concept. We're starting with it towards the end of our show. But why don't you explain to people what that means?
What it means is really bringing something valuable up front that gets people to take action, right? Whether it could be sharing something, hey, I'm going to give you the 5 secrets to weight loss if you just give me your name, email, and phone number, right? That would be lead generation. Or getting somebody to like your page, right? Like our page, and you can enter our contest to win. That could be an offer that would help generate leads. Any way that you can capture a network of influence that you can communicate some type of value on an ongoing basis with, that is a lead, right? It could be a phone number, could be an email address, could be a like, could be a follow, could be a subscription. That's the idea. Okay, but you know, everything you said, you've got an offer, you got to give something. But how do you know that people aren't going to be giving you stuff, and then they're giving you stuff, and you're giving stuff away, but they're not interested at all in lead generation? They just want the freebie. Hey, that's going to happen, right? That's the idea of serving your way to success. Is you're going to give it out to a specific niche. The idea first is you got to find out what your audience likes. Who is your audience, right? If, for example, I had a client that is in real estate, and we did an app for him a couple years ago, and he wanted to reach out to married couples with kids. He said, that's my bread and butter. I just need married couples with kids. And I said, imagine this. Imagine if we filled a room with just mom and dads that had kids under 5 years old. What kind of message would you share with them? And he goes, oh, well, I would tell them about, our programs. I would tell them about how we can help with either first-time buyer programs and great ways to, grow into a bigger house. Sometimes they have small homes and need to get in bigger homes because they have new additions to the family. And I was basically capturing all this. And I said, all right, let's put this all in a video. Now we can put it on Facebook. And now we can target, literally you can go on Facebook and you can target moms and dads with children under 5. Right? This is something that Facebook has as demographics. And you can put your message in front of them. And for every dollar you spend nationally, you're going to be put in front of anywhere between 500 to 1,000 people that would see your message. And just think of that in a sense for businesses. They can take any idea that they have, but as long as they have some way of value to take them somewhere. Most people are like, oh, well, go like my Facebook page or give me your email address. Well, you're only getting 5% reach with that. And here's what I mean. 5% out of 100 people that subscribe to you, that opt in, if you send them an email, only 5 out of 100 are actually going to see it. The other 95 didn't see it. And same thing with Facebook subscribers and social media subscribers. They're not really seeing it. But if you put them into, like, say, a mobile app, well, now you can text them. And text has a 98% open rate. And answer me this, Brian. When is the last time you did not read a text message that came to your phone?
I read all my text messages.
Exactly. So does everybody else. 98% open rate, 95% within 90 seconds. So the idea is really getting your message of value out in a more efficient way than most businesses are doing. And I teach on this kind of stuff with mobile apps. And mobile apps could be great ways to generate leads and utilizing sales funnels. But the idea is you got to serve first. You got to give before you can take. And the idea to take is really provide value or they want it. They're taking it from you saying, give me this. I don't care how much it is. I want it because I see so much value in what you've already shared and what you've given. And that's the idea in real business. If you can just show them up front why you are so valuable, they will at some point come to you.
That is a great point, and I have to say sorry. We have to wrap it up, and this is the Ask Brien Radio Show on 1220, and we had a great show with Manny Lopez, and I was very excited to have him as a guest. We're going to try to get him back on sometime in the future.